We have prevailed upon the innkeeper to allow the residents of Herna to shelter within Crossway House for the night. For I fear that whatever evil came to this town will be back.
Welcome back everyone to River and Sea, where today we are staying the night in the Crossway House because we fear some evil still lingers in Herna. Alright, Manel dear? It's a relief to me that so many of Herna's folk listen to us. I hope the walls of Crossway House prove strong enough to keep them safe, or that the evil has moved on and that this plan was made unnecessary. But we can't risk that. These first hours have not been difficult for the people of Herna, for MAGIX made the wise decision to let the ale flow freely and to set plenty of food upon the tables. The real test will come in the hours ahead. Will you speak with some of the folk here in the Crossway House and determine their mood? Alright. Let's see. Anyone I can speak with? How about the innkeeper? I have not seen the Crossway House this busy for many months. Would that it could be in better circumstances. Some of my neighbors believe that this is some sort of scheme of mine, cooked up to increase my custom. If only I could claim to have thought of that. Alas, it's not that. I'm not that smart. It does mean that as if nothing will come to Herna tonight. Still, you and your companions have my thanks. It's better to be safe than to be sorry, yes? Alright. Well, what about you? I would tell you the honest truth, Pine Sea, for you and your companions have my respect, and I can't help keep secrets from you. I wish I had not come here tonight. MAGIX has been free with his spiced beer, and I appreciate that, but that changes nothing. I can see in the eyes of my mind that the crawling shape that I encountered that night in town, and I know that if I look over my shoulders, I will see his companion, sitting astride a steed black as night. They are waiting just outside the walls of this inn, waiting for me to emerge. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that such a strong feeling. I was an adventurer and now I'm undone by the faintest whisper of a memory. I'm shamed. There are so many folk here, and some of them heroes. Boromir of Gondor, Egrif of Rohan, and I don't exclude you from that list, Pine Sea. Forgive me, I will find my courage. There's safety amongst so many good folk after all. These shadows will not dare to trouble us here. Well, we can only hope. There ain't no one in there. How about upstairs? 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 Hello there. It's comforting to be inside on a night such as this, even if whatever came here before does not return. Sometimes the conversation ebbs, and I think that I can hear wailing outside the walls of the inn. But that's just my imagination, or perhaps it's the wind. We're safe in the Crossway House, I hope. Your companions have their weapons, and so do you. They will be safe. You will be safe if anything happens. We will keep you safe, right? Well, let's see. Anyone in here needs new? Oh, this is one I missed. Alright, this is Bledry. There's nothing out there. At least nothing that I can see. I've given myself a couple of frights already tonight when the wind kicks up and throws back the shutters of the inn, but that's all. For now, anyway. I'm glad to be here with my neighbors and not out there in the dark. Well, so far they're holding out. Let's see how that continues.
Pull up a seat.
Pull up a seat. Alright. Okay, let's see how this works. I always have tricky things with sit emotes on. Is it gonna work today?
We should rest while we can. Perhaps nothing will happen, but
I cannot remain idle, friend Meneldir, while danger approaches. My station shall be at a window, keeping watch.
it will be some hours until dawn, Boromir.
It is of no use, Ranger. I have heard this of the men of Gondor. They lower their guard only when slain.
You have heard it from them alone, I imagine.
Aye, and loudly. Still, it is a trait the Rohirrim might have used, and spared some sorrow. The land of my people is not what it was. A kingdom draws strength from its king.
Boromir spoke to us of Theoden's ailment. It prevented his audience. When we reach the Dunedain, they will surely know some remedy you can bring back to Rohan.
Yes.
Saruman the Wizard is a friend of Rohan. His knowledge of remedies and curatives might have proved some help to your king. What is it, Egfrith? You have gone quite pale.
I did not want to say anything, but I fear the wizard might no longer be a friend to Rohan. If Theoden King is to be cured, I would rather he recover on his own, without the aid of Saruman.
Aye, that seems the wisest course.
Yes.
Perhaps you should see if Boromir has seen anything outside.
Yeah, alright. I'll speak with Boromir. Anything out there? Nothing. Just the wind and the darkness. Just wind and darkness.
If something is going to happen, then let it happen.
Ah, patient as usual. Apparently nothing.
Curse this endless waiting. Will the sun never rise and put an end to it?
By tomorrow, these dull hours will seem only a passing dream, Boromir.
Nay, it could be like another dream I've had. One that never releases its grip.
We have all had dreams like that. Every day for the last half-year, I have hoped I would wake from my own dream. I would rub the sleep from my eyes and see that Rohan is strong again.
Would that it could be so for Gondor as well. But I speak of another dream. Have any of you ever experienced dreams with the feel of prophecy?
Prophecy. I told you of the assault upon Osgiliath in the days of June, did I not? And of the strange omens surrounding the battle? One of these was a dream. A dream with a feel of prophecy. This I withheld from you, for I didn't know what you would think. In Gondor we rely upon the bright sword and the sturdy shield, and we are right to do so. A dream is a fleeting thing. And what man would put his trust in something that lives only in the darkness and vanishes with the sunrise? I say dreams are fleeting, but this one was peculiar. It came to my brother Faramir on the eve of the attack upon Osgiliath, and then many nights afterwards, always the same. It came once to me, and although my brother told me of the dreams, it was with mine own eyes that I beheld these details. They seemed so real to me. In the dream, I saw the eastern sky growing dark, and there was a rumbling as of thunder. But a light lingered in the western sky, and a clear voice called to me, "Seek for the sword that was broken, it said. In Imladris it dwells. There shall be counsels taken stronger than Morgul spells. That of great interest to me, as any son of Gondor. Any means of countering the evils that pour from the Morgul Vale are welcome in Minas Tirith. But the voice did not stop there. Speaking of Imladris, it continued, there shall be sown a token that doom is near at hand, for Isildur's bane shall waken, and the halfling forth shall stand. Yes, I must apologize for treating you with such surprise when we met in Tharfon Pine Sea, but I confess that I thought that you might have been the halfling spoken in the dream. Perhaps you are still, but having come to know you, that I don't think you mean any harm to Minas Tirith, or to Gondor. For my brother, the two dreamed this, his doom, the doom of Minas Tirith, on so many nights, and then for the same dream to come to me. I fear that we are running out of time. Gondor needs the wisdom that lies hidden in Imladris. But now we waste the hours hiding in the inn, when we should be moving ever onward.
This is why you seek Imladris? You did not tell Saruman the purpose of your journey.
Perhaps I was being foolish. Perhaps it is only a dream. But if it is not, if the sword that was broken might save Minas Tirith.
You would do anything to save your home.
Aye, Egfrith. That I would.
What was that?
It sounds like something's
I
happening.
feel cold. Something outside.
Something outside. And we're to go out there and face it. Okie dokie. I guess you have to keep it from getting inside. I think you must put something into those lights. What do you say about that, Minel dear? The feeling of dread grows stronger. Prepare yourselves! Something approaches!
The dead! The dead have risen!
Uh-oh. Well, we'll just have to make them go back to sleep.
Foul sorcery sends them against us!
Uh-oh. More of them. Oh, that. Put more to sleep. Ooh. 'Cause now I'm stronger.
Fight on, my friends! Fight on!
Yeah, I'm fighting. I'm fighting. And you go to sleep. Oops, Daisy. All these puddles.
Is there no end to this horror?
Oh, that I can't answer. One can only hope. Of course, have the Rangers ever been taught to leave the puddles and not force me to go into them? Here we go. Oh, that's just cool.
I think that is all of them.
I hope so.
It is almost dawn.
It is over, Pine Sea. We are alive. Barely. Ah, it's morning now. Sun is shining and no dread in town.
It is as I feared.
The creatures that passed through Herne 4 nights ago were the raids once called the Nazgul, and they left something behind to draw the dead hither. But why have these creatures of legend returned to life, and where did they go? And most importantly, and greatest concern to me, for what purpose have they come this far north? Well, that I don't know. But these... No, actually, my current ones are better. Oh well, I'll just...
We should examine the northern approach to the town.
We should examine the north approach, since that's the direction from which the dead came. Let us clean up whatever detritus fell from the whites, so as to spark alarm... No, it's not the spark alarm of the townfolk, though it may seem too late for that. Oh, yeah. Alright, so let's see what we could find around here. Alright. Nothing up here so far. Oh, hold on. We have a rusted sword blade. I think he's sweeping around all this stuff. Some sort of jewelry. Yeah. I notice the townfolk are pointedly ignoring all of this stuff. They don't want to touch it. Alright, let's see. How about this? Alright. We could take this. I guess this is how we could determine what their trail was. It looks like the dead are very sloppy. There we go. Oh, what's this? A helmet? Oh, hold on. What? Alright. The crawling arm makes an angry fist and expires. Alright. This is what I found, and when I picked up the helmet, I was attacked by an arm. Yeah, just the arm.
Even in the light of day, I find it hard to believe such things are possible.
Ancient terrors stalk this land once again, and the dead walk. While you were gone, I found a skull-shaped token buried in the dirt. A shallow grave of sorts just beneath the topsoil. I think it was left here on purpose to draw these creatures hither. Well, that's intriguing. What do you say about that, Boromir?
I share Meneldir's amazement, but I do not like it.
Let the dead sleep, and trouble not the waking. I am filled with disgust of such things. But where's Siegfried? I thought that she went with you, but she has not returned. Do you think she ran afoul with something among the whites that we may have missed? Well, that I don't know. Well, have any ideas?
Boromir is right. I have not seen Egfrith since we came outside.
I thought that she went with you to collect the fallen items of the whites, but you say that you didn't see her? Maybe she went back in the end? Well, I will go and ask about. Siegfried does not appear to be inside the Crossway House. Well, maybe someone outside saw her? Perhaps Aberthal saw her. Let's see if he's upstairs. Maybe they're chatting up here. Hello, Aberthal. Have you seen Siegfried about?
I hope I have not done wrong.
Siegfried told me not to give you this letter for a day or two, but if you already know to expect it, I suppose there's no harm in you having it early. I didn't read it, of course. She told me not to do so, and her expression was grim. I took her at her word. I hope I'm not done wrong, Pine-Sea. Well, let's go and find out. Alright. Let's see what she says.
My friends, no, I cannot address you so, for our friendship was based upon a deception. I am sorry.
It causes me great pain to write this, but I am left with no other choice. I could not forgive myself if I abandoned you without explanation, but leave you I must, for Pinesy, Mineldir of the North, and Boromir of Gondor, my errand to this land is not as I told you. It is true that I was born and fallen in the Norcrofts, and I hold the good of Rohan above all else. But my mission was not to seek the Dunedain. The Eldred King is ill, that much is true, but there is no cure to be found for his ailment, neither in the Rittermark nor in the Dunedain's wilderness. He has grown weak, and has himself become a grave threat to the survival of Rohan. His people need a strong king, but he languishes in his sickbed. He's forgotten the strength that he once possessed and can no longer lead the people who cry out to him. In days past, perhaps he would have ridden out in glory to die in battle and stir the hearts of the Rohirrim, but no longer. It is with the wizard Saruman that I consulted on this, and he has long been a friend of Rohan, and he confirmed that what I have feared. It is a weakness of the blood that troubles Theoden, and it must run too in the blood of Theodred his heir. The wizard has much wisdom, for he has lived to see these many lifetimes, and he can see that which the rest of us fail to recognize. Rohan itself suffers from an illness. He will treat this illness with a difficult remedy. He has found numerous orcs, likely from their mountain strongholds, and prepares to send them against the kingdom. Through the crucible of this testing, the mighty men of Rohan will prove who amongst them is strong enough to lead. I say men, but perhaps it will be a queen that proves able to save Rohan from this peril. The old lineages are not enough. Even with all of his wisdom, Saruman cannot see all. When Boromir of Gondor rode near to Isengard, the wizard sought to learn what caused the son of Denethor to depart his own lands. Was Saruman's plan to save Rohan in jeopardy? He charged me to follow the son of Gondor north, and to learn the purpose behind this quest. I kept a day's journey behind him, out of sight in the empty lands, but always near enough to find his course, until the crossing of the Grey Flood at Tharbad. That is where I encountered you, Meneldir and Pineseed. It was an act of desperation to join your band, but I feared that Boromir will escape my reach, and that I would fail my own quest. And yet, I did fail. For in the brief time that we journeyed together, I came to understand what drove Boromir to this land, so far from his home. He traveled these many leagues at a dream's behest, for nothing so certain as the slimmest hope that it might aid Gondor. So too is it with me and Rohan. Each of us will do the same for our own homeland. Even now, I try to excuse my treachery, as if it could avoid judgment by not writing it down. There was more to my errand. Once I learned Boromir's purpose, I was to slay him. I could not have done it in battle, for all my weapon skill, but one of these nights, while he slept, I might have managed it. But I will not. I go now to bring Saruman the knowledge that he craved. He will learn something from Boromir's dream, and it will need to be enough. I thought that could slay anyone, if it meant saving my kingdom, but I was wrong. I will command Aberthal to give you this letter in a few days. I want you to know that what I have done and not done, and I will not risk you stopping me. For Rohan always, Siegfried. Ooh, boy. The short version is, she was working for Saruman. She was asked to learn what Boromir was doing and was ordered to kill him, but she decided to flee instead.
What happened? Did you find Egfrith? Is she in some danger?
This cannot be. This cannot be. Well, let's head south and see if we can catch her. We must stop her from escaping. To the southward road. Onward. No sign of her. I see the print of hooves in the dirt. She must have stolen a horse in Herne and has already escaped into Minhireth. She is beyond our reach now. Saruman will learn what he had sought. What do you say about that, Boromir?
I did not see it. I thought Egfrith was trustworthy. I did not see it.
I know what it must do now. Ooh, and what is that?
I began this journey alone, and I must finish it alone.
Another seeks to protest, but Boromir holds up his hand. I have made up my mind. Egfrith's betrayal has opened my eyes to the sad truth that I can only rely upon myself. It is the doom of Minas Tirith is all truly at hand. I cannot risk casting aside this one chance to prevent it. I'm sorry. It is for the best that I journey on to the hidden vale of Imladris. Alone. I wish you both well. Use caution if you find yourself in the path of the evil power that I felt in Osgiliath, the one that sent the dead against Herne. I take my leave to you, but though it leave my heart heavy, but I must. Farewell. Farewell. I wish it were otherwise, Boromir, but I respect your decision. Good luck to you on your journey, and I echo your words of caution. Pindsea, unless you too wish to leave me, I think that we should return to the east gate of Herne before we continue the search of my former friend Narnir, who will be able to guide us towards the chieftain of the Dunedain. What happens next now that we are no longer with Boromir? We have to find out in the next episode of River and Sea and Wolf.